Hello students. In this video we will going to study about hormones. Here we will go through all the glands and hormones they produce in the body as well as their function. Introduction of hormones. Endocrine system controls body processes through the production, secretion, and regulation of hormones. The endocrine system is made up of glands that produce and secrete hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers that coordinate the activities of different cells in multicellular organism. Hormones are directly secreted into the bloodstream, which carries them to their target organs in order to initiate an effect. Each hormone causes a response in a specific target organ or group of cells, rather than on the body as a whole. It normally occurs in very low concentration in the blood, 10 to the power -6 to 10 to the power -12 molar. These hormones regulate the body growth, metabolism, sexual development, and several function like cell and tissue growth, heart rate, blood pressure, kidney function, secretion of digestive enzymes, etc. Classification of hormones. Although there are many different hormones in the human body, they are grouped into three main types on the basis of chemical nature. Number 1. Amino acid derivative hormone. That is amines. These are simple molecules. Example of amino acid derivative hormone are epinephrine and thyroxine. Number 2. Steroids hormones. These are derived from cholesterol. Example of steroid hormones are progesterone and testosterone. Number 3. Peptides and polypeptides hormones. These are made from chains of amino acids. Example of peptide hormone are oxytocin and vasopressin. And the example of polypeptide hormones are insulin and glucagon. Here we'll discuss each hormones and their function in our body in details. Amino acid derivative hormones. The amino acid derivative hormones are relatively small molecules that are derived from the amino acids called tyrosine shown in the picture. Epinephrine and thyroxine are two examples of this class. That's why they are coming under amino acid derivative hormones. Epinephrine are synthesized in the medulla of the adrenal glands that regulate responses to stress, whereas thyroxines are secreted from thyroid gland that stimulate metabolism. Epinephrine. It is commonly known as adrenaline. It is a hormone secreted by medulla of the adrenal gland, in response to emotional stress. Strong emotions such as fear, anger, anxiety cause epinephrine to be released into bloodstream, which cause increase in heart rate, blood pressure, and sugar metabolism. It is also responsible for the breakdown of glycogen to glucose in muscle and liver, leading to increase in glucose level in blood. It causes the relaxation of smooth muscle of lungs to improve breathing. It increase the contraction rate of heart. All these effects are part of a coordinated response to prepare the individual for the emergency. Hence it is known as fight or flight hormones. Thyroxine. Thyroxine is a hormone secreted by the thyroid gland into the bloodstream. It is the inactive form. Once it goes to bloodstream, it is transported by carrier proteins to liver and kidney, where it converted to active form called triiodothyronine. It is basically made up of 2 molecules of tyrosine with incorporation of 4 iodine atom. It play vital role in regulating the body's metabolic rate, heart and digestive function, muscles control, brain development and maintenance of bones. It increases the oxygen consumption and protein synthesis. It promotes normal growth of the body. Steroid hormones. Most lipid hormones are steroid hormones, which are usually ketones or alcohols. And these are derived from cholesterol. The hormones of adrenal cortex and sex hormones belongs to this group. Examples of steroid hormones include progesterone and testosterone. These two hormones are released by the female and male reproductive organs. Steroid hormones are insoluble in water, so they are carried by transport proteins in bloodstream, where they carry out the regulation of a wide range of physiological functions. Progesterone. It is a female sex hormones and secreted by the female reproductive system. It is produced by ovaries, placenta, and adrenal gland. Function. It play role in maintaining pregnancy in females. It help in thickening of uterus for implantation of fertilized egg. It regulate menstrual cycle in the female body. It improve fat metabolism, sleep, promote bone formation and balance body fluids. Testosterone. It is a male sex hormones, produced in testes. Function. It promotes development of secondary sexual characteristics. It promotes muscular and skeletal growth. It regulates sexual behavior. It increases the growth of body hair. Peptide hormones. The peptide hormones include molecules that are short polypeptide chains, containing 9 amino acid. Most of our body hormones are peptide hormones. They are hydrophilic and lipophobic. All the hormones of pituitary gland belong to this class. Pituitary gland is known as the master gland because it exerts control over all of the other glands of the endocrine system. The posterior lobe of the pituitary gland releases hormones which is secreted by the hypothalamus of the brain, that includes oxytocin and vasopressin. Oxytocin stimulates the smooth muscles of the uterus during pregnancy and milk letdown after birth. Vasopressin regulates urine concentration at the level of the kidney. Oxytocin. It is produced in the hypothalamus of brain. It is mainly produced in females. Function. It is a vasodilator, which relaxes the smooth muscles of arteries. It tends to decrease blood pressure. It causes the uterine contractions, helping in childbirth. Target cells are mammary gland and smooth muscles of uterus. Vasopressin. It is produced in the hypothalamus of brain. Function. It is a vasoconstrictor, which contracts smooth muscles of arteries. It tends to increase blood pressure. It helps in concentration of urine and retention of water. Its secretion is stimulated by reduced quantity of body fluids. Target cells are cells of kidney. Polypeptide hormones. All the hormones of pancreas belong to this class. The pancreas is a long, narrow, lobed gland located behind the stomach. It produces 2 hormones, insulin and glucagon. The pancreas has 2 types of cells, exocrine and endocrine cells. There are 3 types of endocrine cells: alpha cells which secrete glucagon, beta cells which secrete insulin, and delta cells which inhibit the secretion on glucagon and insulin. Glucagon increases the blood glucose level, whereas insulin causes a decrease in the concentration of glucose in the blood. Now we will see the role of insulin and glucagon in glucose homeostasis. The blood glucose level in body has to be maintained between a range of 70 to 100 mg per deciliter. Any deviation from this leads to physiological disturbance. Therefore, the blood glucose level is maintained by insulin and glucagon hormones secreted by islet cell, alpha cell and beta cell, within the pancreas, which play an important role in maintaining glucose homeostasis. This is the schematic representation of action of insulin and glucagon in maintaining blood glucose. Case 1. When blood glucose level fall, glucagon is secreted by the alpha cells of the pancreas, which increase blood glucose level, by stimulating the breakdown of glycogen into glucose and the synthesis of glucose from amino acid. The effect of glucagon is to make the liver release the glucose it has stored in its cells into the bloodstream, with the net effect of increasing blood glucose. Deficiency of glucagon cause hypoglycemia. Case 2. When blood glucose level rise, insulin is secreted by the beta cell of the pancreas, which lowers blood sugar by increasing its uptake in cells and stimulating the liver to convert glucose to glycogen. If insulin secretion is impaired, it can result in diabetes mellitus, a disease in which blood glucose levels remain high, leading to excess glucose in the urine. This the explanation of role of insulin and glucagon in glucose homeostasis, which I have explained in previous slide. Thank you, and for further clarification, please let me know.